like to speak on this item? Seeing none, public comments
Yes.
closed. Are there any members who would like to speak for or against this motion? Ms. Mendoza, for or against?
Against.
Okay, yeah, 1 minute.
This lady that organized National Night Out, she never showed up. I haven't seen her for almost 2 years at the neighborhood council. She requested funds. On a Saturday, I went at the libraries, I went to all these stores. There was only 2 flyers over there at the gas station, Gas and Chango Cafe. And there was a little girl that was injured, and she could have been better organized. There was a lot of people, older people, senior citizens and disabled people. They didn't have enough tables or chairs. And there was a little girl, I believe she was 3-4 years old, she injured herself. I believe she fell inside the jumper, her gums were bleeding. I'm not sure, but they said that the ambulance arrived. So who do you sue? Do you sue the neighborhood council? Do you sue Walgreens? Or you sue National Night Out? Is it a nonprofit organization or you sue LAPD? You cannot be giving funds that easy.
Thank you very much. Ms. Sanchez, for or against?
Against.
You're against the motion. Okay, wait 1 minute.
Yeah, that night I noticed that in the flyers, Ben's name wasn't there in the flyers. So right now I was reading that we provided $800 and they recognize everybody unless the bank.
Okay. Members, there was that question. Yes, Ms. Baca, you want to address that? You speak to support. Okay. Anyone else against? Public comment, we'll get to in a minute. I close public comment. Thank you for joining. Ms. Baca, you for the motion?
Now, speaking for the motion, but I'd like to point out the only acknowledgement that the neighborhood council received for its investment was provided on the website by Gary Hubert. We were not on the flyer, we were not given a table, there were 2 unused tables. Other organizations from the Echo Park community were there. I've also included in the public record the complete email dialogue between Rosie Bentazos on this event. It was difficult at best to work with this organization, and I don't believe for what we got on the website blog where it started, we didn't even get our name, it was just the initials GBPNC. It was not branded a neighborhood council sponsored event. As a member of the chamber, I'm happy that the chamber got a lot of credit, but the neighborhood council did not get the credit it should deserve.
Okay. Is there any other discussion? Mr. Hubert?
I would only like to say that historically, this is not the first event that has happened at. It has happened in the past. I know that as a treasurer, and I think in general it should change. There's no reason to specifically highlight this event for that.
Well, I think that's, is there any other members who'd like to speak on this? I think that's a good point. I think the fact that in the next couple of weeks, the mayor signed an ordinance that allowed us to provide direct gifts to nonprofits and schools. And part of that process, members, allows us to write contracts or letters of agreements that stipulates exactly what type of outreach we would like to have, our logo, our name, table, brochures, other types of things that we can hand out, because I think there's a lot of frustration. Perhaps it wasn't the last one and the only one, and hopefully it will be the last time that we spend our neighborhood council dollars in this type of event where we get no recognition at all, or just very minimal. So I think you're right, we can work on that. I think Mr. Terrell is going to be working on some kind of a standard letter of agreement. Whenever we issue funds, that this is what we expect in terms of outreach. So that will be something we'll work on. Okay, members, public comment was put. Yes, Ms. Raquel.
I'd like to what is red? What we're voting on.
Correct.
Is for the board approval to receive and file information relative to the allocation of neighborhood council funds. Yes, this went wrong, but we want Francisco to receive and file this information, correct?
And this is something, yes, Ms. Peters.
I would just like to go on the record as saying that the third annual National Night Out for Echo Park was a very successful event. We had a great turnout. Many people in this room were there. Many of the children and families were there, receiving free gifts and enjoying themselves, hanging out with all of their neighbors from all the different elementary schools and middle schools and the high schools. We had the Explorers were there, LEPD was there, Security Patrol was there, Echo Park Improvement Association, the Historical Society, the Animal Alliance, the Holiday Coloring Contest was there, and it was incredibly successful. And Neighborhood Council was recognized, and it was one of the more positive events that we have in the neighborhood. And I'm really glad that we participated.
Thank you. We'll move on, members.
I have something to say, Mr.
You've already
Terrell,
spoke.
please.
Mr. Terrell.
Please, I'm asking you, please, I have one more thing to
I'm
say.
recognizing Mr. Terrell.
Please.
Mr. Terrell.
Fellow members, I would agree with Ms. Peters that the event maybe was or was not a success. But I, as your new treasurer, would like to let you know that receiving some information from Don and from the mayor's office and the new ordinance, it will bring changes in regards to the procedures of when neighborhood funds are allocated to these organizations. It is not a matter of going online or just standing up here and say, thanks to Greater Echo Park Neighborhood Council for your input. It has to show the real outreach that this neighborhood council has to do. Because organizations cannot only take the money and celebrate these events in their name without giving proper and good recognition to all who participate. And that will be in the future. You will be receiving that and go to the Finance Committee, which will announce the future ending of all this.
Thank you. Okay, at this point, members. we
Mr.
take a
Segala,
vote.
can I please say something?
Question. You already spoke.
With $800, I can be creative. I can get a DJ music. I can get 2 jumpers. I don't find it fair for little kids waiting for more than an hour to get in the jumper.
Okay,
Adults were sitting down in tables,
Mendoza, I would recommend you speak. to
calling,
Mr. Dawson's
showing people
work on-
regarding their nonprofit organization. I spoke to the skaters.
Okay, thank you.
It's not about the adults, it's about the community and the
Ms.
kids.
Mendoza.
Be more creative, we'll start knocking on other
Ms.
doors and get
Mendoza,
funds.
Thank you very much. You spend your minute, Mrs. Sanchez. What? You have a question?
No, it's just what I'm suggesting for the next time. If we're going to be funding this kind of events in the future, outreach is very important. I always say the same thing. I always mention that it's got to be bilingual. It's got to be posted everywhere. It's got to be for the whole community, not just for organizations that are giving us and we can give back.
Okay, and that's been one way. Okay, members, is there anyone here who objects to receiving and filing this item? Anyone against this motion? Okay, there's one, Ms. Mendoza. And then there's abstention by Ms. Sanchez. So the motion,
There's no public comment on this
we
issue?
had public comment proposed.
You didn't call me.
I asked for public comment. You
I-
want to review your tape.
I put my hand up and gave you
I need
a,
a card.
oh, I need to give you a new one every time?
Excuse me? Okay, Mr. Sabah abstains. Okay, then there's 2 abstentions, 1 no vote, and the balance is a yes vote. And then the motion carries 15 yes, 1 no, 2 abstentions. Okay, moving on to item number 5. Discussion and/or possible action on request of Mr. Ferrero to receive and file information relative to the allocation of the neighborhood council funds in the amount of $2,000 to the historic Filipino Town Festival for the purpose of outreach, as stated in line item 2008-E5-3 to 2008-2009 board adopted budget. In your packet, members, we have the receipts and information related to this event. So at this point, Mr. Terrell moves. Mr. Raquel seconds. Is there any public comment on this item?
Comment.
Before we get to the members, is there any public comments on this item? Then public comments closed. Ms. Peters, are you for or against the motion?
I have comment on the motion.
Excuse me?
I have comment.
Okay, comment on the motion.
I'm disturbed by the way